What's up, hungry people? Look at this. This is a dry age roast. Prime rib roast. Look at the nice coloring and everything. Doesn't this look beautiful? You might be wondering, hey man, your steak is black. Nothing beautiful about that. But wait until we get it done. Today we're doing a test. Now a couple of videos, I guess would be the barbecue rib one. I talked about the Sous-vide machine. I'm going to talk a little bit about that today and what it is. I mean, a lot of people don't know what it is. Kind of explain what it does. It is an amazing machine. I would recommend everyone to have one, but that's me. So if we point down to the meat that we have at hand, this one here is a regular cowboy steak, and this one has been dry aged. You can see a little bit of difference. The cool thing about this, look at the marbling. So this is what happens when you dry age. This marbling comes more alive, and that's where you get your taste. The one that's a normal, this is the same kind of marbling, but it's not defined. So can't wait to have this. The previous video to this one, you got to see the difference between a regular steak made and dry age and a regular steak in the oven. You got to see the taste test of the family, which one they picked. So I'm really excited about this one because the sous vide makes it even better. So all we're going to do is put a little bit of our dry rub onto these steaks. We're going to food process them. We're going to put them in the little baggies, seal them up, and then we're going to put them in the water. So I'm going to explain the sous vide. So the Anova here is an unbelievable machine. It's really cool on how it works. They have on their website or on their app, you can go right in, and they have an app that you just go right into the Anova app, and it shows different recipes and everything else. So I got the Wi-Fi one, which is really cool. Up here on the top you can see the cooking. So you can control everything by your phone. You don't even have to go over there and control the temperature. You control everything on the phone. It lets you know when the water temperature is up to par of where you want to go. You can set the timer so you don't even have to worry about what time you put it in. These steaks will be in for 2.5 hours. I'm going to set the timer. This thing goes off when it's ready, and then boom, the steaks are going to be medium rare to perfection. So what the sous vide is over here. You can see the container that it's in. So what it does is just heat up the water, and the machine itself circulates the water around to where it's a perfect temperature throughout the whole thing. So when you put it in the food bags in here, the water is going to be circulating around it perfectly, and it cooks the meat evenly. And that's the key point right there. The meat will be cooked evenly. You'll get the most juices because it's going to trap all the juices in it, and none of the juices escape. You'll see that in the bags when you're done, and it's going to be awesome. So what we do is put ours, we bought one of these little containers. I'll put a steak here and a steak here. Puts this on top so they don't float up or anything, so they stay perfectly where they need to be, and the perfect water temperature is going to go around them. telling you, doing it this way through the sous vide, there's so much more moisture in your meat. Everything gets condensed in, gets stayed in, and it's unbelievable. So, let the testing begin. Can't wait to taste these steaks. The thing with sous vide, you take them out of the water, then we're going to brown them, and I'll show you that. When they come out, I'll show you what you have to do to get them browned. And this 2.5 hours is going to be painstaking because I'm really hungry for them. Alright, so this is what the sous vide is. Sous vide is just in a plastic container that they make special. These lids have a special opening and it traps all the heat in there. So right now, the top of this shows that it's at 130 degrees. You can do plus or minus, it'll raise and lower the temperature. There is a timer button on here that you can put and it'll time whatever it needs. It has the Wi-Fi capability and then you can put it always back to the temperature. Like I explained before, I just do it all on my phone. I don't even have to mess around with this. This clamps on to the back and you can see the little rivulets in here possibly. It's just the water in motion. So this water just keeps on circulating, goes in and out, in and out. So right now this temperature is at a perfect 130 degrees. That is what is important with this. It's amazing. Your temperature is always going to stay whatever it's set at. So if you put it in an oven, the temperature rises, it lowers, it rises, it lowers, it rises, it lowers. This is a consistent temperature, and that's why the meat is unbelievable. That's why the flavors stay in and everything else. So all we do is we have the basket here. I'll just put the meat one on one side, the other on this side, flap these down. Bam, bam, and you put it right in. There it goes. It is now cooking time. You put the lid back on. Now we put little covers, little pot holders. Yes, thank you, honey. On the bottom because the water itself is 130 degrees. We don't know if it's going to harm our fake countertops. I would imagine if you have granite countertops, you wouldn't have to worry about it. So this is going to be in here for 2.5 hours. Salivating in my mouth. Can't wait for it to start. Alright, here's the products right out of the sous vide machine. Don't they look really good? So all we have to do is kind of pat them dry. Get some of that moisture out so we can get a nice crust when we put it in the pan. Man, this smells so yummy right now. I can't wait to eat this. As you can tell, it's nice and done. So I'm going to finish pat drying this. We're going to put it on the burner and get these things going. I am so hungry. So this is the sous vide outside the water. We're waiting for those steaks to rest, and man, the smell is unbelievable. So this is just a tightening agent that you can screw in and out just to get it close to your pan or whatever you use. Like we said, we use those little buckets that they used for. This is the plate where you can hit the temperature, the time, and everything else. Easy cleanup. There really isn't too much to it. There is a max, the minimum of water for circulation. But man, this is a pretty straightforward. Depends on what size of pan you have. I mean, this does go up and down, so you can raise it or lower it. Depends on what size container. So it's very easy to use, very functionally easy to use. Also, I don't get paid by them, but these knives from Danko, they are actually fishing knives for filleting, different stuff like that. I recommend these. These are very hardy, very easy to use, very sharp. If you watched one of my videos that I carved the turkey with, I used these knives with the turkey carving. They were so easy to use. I wish they'd come out with steak knives because I would definitely buy them. So here we are, happy people. It is food time, that's why we're happy, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we are testing the Sous Vive steaks. One is dry aged for 14 days and the other is not. Are we ready?
Yep.
Yes.
All right, pick up your forks. Should be an extra fork, that's for me. All right, first one, take from that side,
Yeah.
This one?
right there, right there.
This one?
Yep, that one. All right, put her in. So how is it?
Good.
Good.
It's juicy.
Is it juicy? Is it tender?
Not really.
A little bit? Is it cooked good?
Yep.
Nice medium rare?
Mm-hmm.
So, from 1 to 10, what would you rate it?
5.
5, 6,
7.
7.
6.
You can't speak. Alrighty. So, here we go. Taste number 2. So what was the guess on the first one? Is that a sous vide or regular?
Regular.
Regular.
Okay.
You mean dry age?
Or I mean dry aged, yeah. Mm-hmm. What?
Good.
Well, we figured that part out.
Better than the first one.
Why is that?
More chewable or chewy. Can taste the seasoning on it.
Tender, juicier.
Tender, juicier? Greasy?
Same thing.
Same thing as what?
Mom.
What Mommy said? Not what Jacob said?
Tender and juicier.
Tender or juicier? Which one's better?
Second one.
Rate of 1 to 10. How would you rate that one?
100.
10.
10.
10. So the one you just ate was the regular steak that you liked. No, joking. That was the dry aged steak. But the sous vide does make them way juicier than a regular steak. We just had a regular steak that was dry aged in regular. Were these a lot juicier than those?
Mm-hmm.
So sous vide does make the steaks juicier and the meat juicier. But you up it, make it crazy by dry aging it and putting it in the sous vide. Makes it even that much better of a steak. So, dry age, is it good?
Yes.
Is it worth the wait?
Yes.
Alright, is sous vide better than regular?
Yes.
Well, don't seem so happy about it.
Yes.
Alright, Gracie, thank you. Now, can you end it for us, please?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Have a good day and we're gone.